Okay, folks, here we are, the fireplace from hell. This is the heatilator box I was trying to explain to you. This is not a zero clearance box. This is backed up with masonry. This is in no way, shape, or form, I must stress, if you have a zero clearance box, it will be framed with wood. It will not be a masonry. You can see the brick. You can see the bottom here. It is actually kind of dirty, but this is what a heatilator box looks like. It's very heavy gauge steel, and it's kind of a prefab modular thing that they came up with back in the late 60s, early 70s, and we've had to cut it out in order to get our liner in. There's just absolutely no way. There's two offsets that we had to go through, and in order to get this liner down. So this is what's going on, and we've been working on this now for several hours. Something that you need to be aware of if you're tackling this kind of a job. Sometimes they go smooth, sometimes they go really easy, sometimes they don't. So here at Obadiah's, we don't want to sell you an insert in a liner kit that you cannot put in. So we're here to help you. We're trying to show you what you could run into. So this is a real good example of what the possibilities are. Most of the time they go in real easy. So the one thing you want to try to do is make sure you always look up and see if you can go straight up. We are inside our heatilator fireplace. We have our liner in. As you can see, these little deal here are what hold it into the insert. As you can see, everything is all sealed off. Nice. Always seal off the top of your fireplace. You will lose heat that way if you don't. Most of the heat from the insert will go right up the chimney. The only thing you want going up your chimney is your smoke. Another thing you want to do is when you put these together, make sure that you seal everything. Make sure you seal your gaps. You can barely see there's some black stuff around there. That's your sealer. You want to use like a gasket sealer, not silicone or anything. This gets extremely hot. But basically what we have is a heatilator that we're putting the insert in. As you can see, there's different levels. This is your heart right here. There's a step and a step down. So there's adjustments on your insert. The bolts. This is a Osborne 1800, and there's adjustment bolts to compensate for the step in the different levels in the fireplace as it drops down. So anyhow, we're getting ready to slide this puppy in. This is the stuff I'm talking about. It's high temperature Rutland black stove gasket cement, and it'll withstand temperatures up to 2,000 degrees. Right there. That's what you need to do this kind of stuff. And as you can see, we've measured from here to here, from the floor to the bottom of this. So we know how much height we have before we slip our insert in. You want to make sure you do that when you're doing this, because once you get it in there, if it's the wrong height, you're going to have problems. So there's different things you want to kind of think about here before you put this together. So right now we're ready to slide that puppy in, our insert. This is a small enough insert, 2 strong guys can just pick it up and slide it in. One thing you want to be careful with is your hearth. Take a piece of cardboard or a piece of plywood or something to put over this. Otherwise you're going to scratch it. So, but next few minutes we'll have this puppy in and you'll see how it goes. Okay, we got it in there. What we're doing right now is there's adjustments, like we were telling you about, those bolts that go in each corner. And that's how you adjust the legs on the fireplace, as you can see. And then there's another leg in the front. Battery's dead, but can't see that one. There's another one in the front, but pretty much that's how you set it in. And then inside there's the unit, the liner, and then there's some legs, and then it goes in from underneath, and everything gets connected, and we'll show you in a minute. So that's how that goes together. Okay, what we have here is a Vermont Castings Merrimack insert, and it's now installed. And what we want to show you is how this goes together. Unfortunately, we didn't really have the time, but if you look inside there, you can see the pipe. The pipe is all screwed together. It's very important. And you know, it's all assembled, put together, screwed together. It's all tight. It's sealed with this black stuff that's all over my hands. It's gasket sealer, and you want to try to get it as airtight as possible. When you first light your stove, you don't want smoke coming out around the edges. And the real cool thing about how the Merrimack works is it has a baffle system underneath, and there's a baffle, which is this, and it slides out. But before it slides out, you have to take these little pipes out, and they fit in like this, slide in and like that, and there's a little cotter pin that holds them in place. And then there's this cast iron piece, and it fits up inside like that, and there's two bolts that hold it in. You basically take that out, take these things out, and then they just slide out like that. And then you take the baffle out, and it just pulls forward. And then in the winter warm, the way Vermont Castings engineered this, there's two bolts, two studs, and that's how you put this cast iron ring that is attached to the liner adapter for the top of the stove. And in this case, you don't need appliance connectors because of the way this is engineered. So essentially, you just take these two bolts out, this lifts up, and it slides back. It's on a 45, there's a cutout here, and then you just slide the insert out, and that is how this thing goes together. So because we had to ovalize a liner, there's one thing you want to realize is when you put this unit together and you clean your chimney, the chimney itself is, the liner is 6 inches, and then it's ovalized to get through the damper. So your 6-inch round chimney brush won't go through that part. And so you're going to need an oval brush, and you can either remove the insert and then clean it from below. The thing about these types of stoves, this is a EPA phase 3 stove. It's very clean burning. It's got secondary combustion. So as long as you're burning good dry seasoned wood, you shouldn't have a creosote issue. So cleaning your chimney should only be a 1-year deal. So you should do it every summer after you burn all winter. A good way to know if your chimney is getting clogged is when you open the doors, you'll have smoke coming out. Speaking of which, the doors themselves have a couple bolts that hold it in. These are your hinge pins. They're fully adjustable in and out and up. And then same thing down below. So you'll adjust your doors. So that's pretty much how that all works.
Power source close.
So this is Woody from Obadiah's Woodstoves, woodstoves.net, discountstoves.net, signing out. If
you have a question on how this all goes together, don't hesitate to call 1-800-968-8604.